The Phi Theta Kappa induction is about to begin. All guests will be muted before we begin. Please show respect for the speakers and do not unmute yourself unless invited to do so. A recording of the induction will be posted on social media following the event. Thank you and enjoy.
Welcome to the EMCC Fall 2020 induction ceremony of the Beta Beta Omicron chapter of Phi Theta Kappa. My name is Kim Campbell, and I currently serve as the chapter's co-advisor. Joining me in this call are our chapter's current officers, members, and advisors, as well as our dedicated president and college deans and directors. Our other co-advisor, Hope Holyoke, who greeted everyone moments ago. I now call this induction to order. Tonight, we congratulate you, our newest members, and welcome you into the largest honor society in higher education. Phi Theta Kappa's mission is twofold. The first task of this mission is to recognize and encourage the academic achievement of two-year college students. We continue this mission tonight as we celebrate the dedication of each new member to his or her education. The second part of Phi Theta Kappa's mission is to provide opportunities for individual growth and development through participation in honors, leadership, service, and fellowship programming. Our current members have experienced these opportunities, and they can only be described as unmatched. They will not be found in any other organization. On behalf of the chapter and its advisors and officers, we look forward to sharing opportunities with you in the near future. To help welcome you to Phi Theta Kappa, I would like to introduce President Lisa Larson with opening remarks.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Eastern Maine Community College's fall induction ceremony. I'm so honored to be here with you this evening for this celebration. And I want to congratulate our scholars who are being inducted this evening into the largest honor society in American higher education. This celebration recognizes your academic achievements and to set you on your way to grow as scholars. You represent the very best that our college has to offer, and we're honored to help you continue to grow, equipping you to make a difference through scholarship, leadership, fellowship, and service. We need you as leaders to make a difference, to change the world with your brilliance, and to bring others along at every opportunity. Tonight begins your journey to learn, to lead, to grow, and to give. Abraham Lincoln said, always bear in mind that your own resolution to success is more important than any other one thing. Lean into that which challenges you or scares you and take in every opportunity to do and to learn and to give back unconditionally. That is what Phi Theta Kappa stands for and is recognized in each of you. To each of you, congratulations again. I'm so proud of you and proud to have you represent Eastern Maine Community College, and I wish you the very best as you move through your journey in education. Thank you.
Thank you, President Larson, for your encouragement and continued support. Now I'd like to introduce Brian Dorr, our Interim Vice President of Academic and Student Affairs, for remarks.
Good evening, everyone. Well, it's a real pleasure to get to be here tonight and to just say a few words of welcome. Hopefully I don't steal anyone else's thunder, but I was thinking a little bit about PTK, and I was thinking a little bit about how it got started. It's to Stevens College in Missouri, which was a two-year women's college. And the original chapter was Kappa Phi Omicron, and it is the oldest honor society for community college students. It is now the accepted honor society for all two-year colleges in the United States. And what's kind of interesting about it is that it was recognized as such all the way back in 1929. What's I think also really neat is the roots of PTK in a women's college and recognizing the achievement of female affiliated students. And today we have both male and female affiliated students who are inducted into this society. And, you know, for those of you that are being inducted tonight, you know, you share with those original inductees the distinction of hard work, of dedication, excellence in your studies. And I congratulate each one of you tonight in this honor. You should be proud of that accomplishment. we certainly are proud of you. So I just want to say that for each of you, you're reaching this new milestone in your educational pathway. And I say pathway because for most of you, I think you're just starting, right? There's so much more that's ahead. This is just the beginning place of being a lifelong learner and a lifelong student. And I thought I would share just a couple, 3 short quotes with you that kind of sum up, I think, one, a lot of the values that you clearly have about hard work and study, and 2, a couple that are just a little bit more fun. So William Crawford said, being a student is easy, but learning requires actual work. Alvin Toffler said, the illiterate of the 21st century will be those who cannot read and write, will not be those who cannot read and write, but rather those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. And I think that's a really powerful quote, because as you move into your careers and you move through your life, you're going to be constantly unlearning and relearning lots of things, just as all of us have had to do, especially during this time of COVID. Albert Einstein said, wisdom is not a product of schooling, but of the lifelong attempt to acquire it, which I love. I love that quote. Winston Churchill said, I am always ready to learn, although I do not always like being taught. And isn't that true for a lot of us, I think? And then finally, and my favorite, Dr. Seuss, the more that you read, the more things you will know. The more that you learn, the more places you'll go. So I wish you all to go lots of wonderful places, and congratulations again tonight on this great honor. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Brian. I wish I could go lots of places. This COVID thing is not working out well for that. So next, I would like to invite our Phi Theta Kappa Vice President, Katerina Bagri, for some remarks.
Thank you to all our leadership for your commitment and mentorship. Every year, our chapter works to complete a minimum of 2 service projects. 1 to benefit the college based on the administration needs, and 1 to support the community based on our academic interests. These projects and their impact are then judged on an international level compared with over 600 other projects and graded. This year, our chapter is hosting a Lunch and Learn event on Monday, November 9th, entitled Strategies for Successful Online Learning. In addition, as part of our Honors in Action project, we have been researching our chosen topic: how do narratives of life and death inspire commitment to preserving inheritance and building legacies? Our team is small but mighty, and while we are here primarily to celebrate your achievements, we'd like to take a moment to share our accomplishments with you and show you the cohort you're joining. At this time, I would like to introduce our guest speaker for tonight, Alicia Valette, Vice President of New England Region of Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society and President of Pi Omicron Chapter.
Thank you, Katerina, and thank you to the Beta Beta Omicron chapter for inviting me to join you this evening. As Katerina said, I am one of the vice presidents of the New England region, and I also serve as chapter president of my home chapter, Pi Omicron. As a student at the Community College of Rhode Island, I am currently pursuing my associate degree in science with the intention of one day, transferring to a 4-year university. I don't know exactly where I will end up just yet, but thanks to my participation in Phi Theta Kappa, so many doors are open and the possibilities seem endless. I became a member of Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society on October 1st, 2018. I had no idea that 2 years later, I'd be speaking before an audience of my peers at a community college in Maine. In my wildest dreams, I would have never thought that I'd even be capable of doing something like this. I had cried during my public speaking class, and I have to admit it was not a pretty sight. So how did I end up here in front of such wonderful company tonight? Well, I had always enjoyed learning and was often classified as book smart as a child, but once I got to middle school, my academic record took a nosedive. My life at home was unstable, to say the least, and I was diagnosed with multiple serious and chronic medical conditions, as well as suffering from paralyzing anxiety that made even going outside a daunting task. By the time I was a freshman in high school, I had no other opportunity but to officially become homeschooled. I had no other option because I had to keep the truant officers at bay and the juvenile court system from getting too uppity. Those years were very difficult and very isolating, and I had little social interaction with those outside my immediate family. I was bogged down in a heavy cloud of depression and illness, and I had little internal motivation to study. As a result, I never graduated high school. With no diploma and failing health, I didn't see a path forward towards my goal of getting a college education. I languished in that holding pattern for a while until eventually I became so frustrated with this stagnancy that I did something that absolutely terrified me. It seems so simple now, but I enrolled in one online remedial class at my state's community college. And then after that, I matriculated into a degree program. After a year of full-time enrollment, my academic success had netted me a high GPA and a spot on the dean's list. I loved my classes for the most part. And I knew that I had taken a major step towards reaching my goals and just moving forward in my life. But in the back of my mind, it still felt like something was missing. I was proud of the progress I had made, but I didn't feel fulfilled. One morning, I checked my inbox and there was an invitation to join an honor society. Truthfully, I thought it was a scam. Soon after, though, I received the same invitation in the mail from my college president. I did some research, and what I saw on the PTK website was sufficiently enough to intrigue me. So I contacted one of the faculty members listed as a chapter advisor and sent her a barrage of questions. She invited me to an information session, and that same evening, I was also invited to travel with the chapter to an upcoming regional conference. I didn't know what a regional conference was at that point or what to expect from the event. But the prospect of traveling with a group of strangers to a place I had never been before absolutely petrified me. My heart was racing and I could feel my fight or flight response kicking in, but something deep within me made me say yes. I filled out that paperwork the very same night before I could chicken out and change my mind. I don't know why I said yes that evening, but I did. Attending that regional conference was an experience that changed my life, and that's not hyperbole. I mean that with all sincerity. The students running that conference were these regional officers who seemed so composed and confident, and their enthusiasm was infectious. It was also clear that every word they said was sincere, and that they believed wholeheartedly in the programs and hallmarks they were discussing. The 100 or so people in that auditorium were engaged in icebreakers and presentations, and during any brief interlude, people were crossing the room to greet each other, and good-natured jesting occurred, and you could tell they were a good community, and it was very fraternal. Even though we are not a fraternity, we are an honor society. That's one of the questions we get the most. But the keynote speaker of that event, their main point was that every single person in that room, regardless of experience, skill, ambitions, hopes and dreams, fears, every person was a leader. I thought to myself, yeah, right. In fact, I knew everything he was saying was about leadership potential just wasn't true. And how could it be when I knew that I was a shining example that proved his claims wrong? I was not a leader, nor could I ever be one. I was shy, introverted, possessed zero self-confidence, and could not get out of my own way. I was destined for a quiet life as a wallflower, and I was just fine with that. But I kept listening. That day, I met a few dozen college representatives at the transfer fair and learned about schools and programs I had never heard of before. I made small talk with strangers during lunch, and to my surprise, it wasn't that awkward. We had wonderful conversations, and though we had never met before, it seemed like we had a lot in common. By the time the conference was over, I wasn't nearly as relieved as I thought I was going to be. Rather, I was kind of sad. On the long carpool ride home, in between serving as navigator for my advisor as we got lost multiple times and feeling very car sick, I reflected on everything I had experienced that day. For the first time, I allowed myself to daydream about attending these prestigious universities from all around the country, because I had learned that not only did those schools want PTK members to transfer to their institutions, but they offered ludicrous amounts in grants and scholarships to make attendance that much more attainable. And that inherent leadership potential that the keynote speaker said we all supposedly have within us, during that drive, a little voice in my head started to wonder, what if there is some truth to that? And that huge group of strangers at that conference, in reality, they hadn't felt that strange. The introvert in me felt like I belonged in that group. I had found my people. By the time the carpool had made it back to campus, I had come to a conclusion. I was in. I was determined to keep trying and to keep putting myself out there. And things just seemed to snowball from there. I quickly became chapter secretary and then president. I got involved with all sorts of clubs and committees on campus, and I soon discovered that I liked being involved. I liked helping others and serving as a resource for chapter members and other students on campus. I wanted to keep growing and pushing myself out of my comfort zone. I'm telling you all of this because PTK membership can be absolutely transformational. It sure was for me. My PTK membership has given me so much. PTK has given me a family, the people that hold me up when times get tough and celebrate with me when things go well, and all times in between. They've gotten me through this pandemic and the isolation that's ensued, and they will be my family for the rest of my life. PTK is a fellowship, and a fellowship that you are now a part of. I also recognize now that, shockingly enough, I am a leader. That keynote speaker was right after all. I had that potential. I just needed to take ownership of my life and decide that I was not going to settle anymore. Now, I refuse to be a passive bystander because I know that I am capable of so much more, and I want so much more for myself. And this all happened because I took a leap of faith and I said yes. When my chapter advisor told me that she wanted me to finish my PTK scholarship application that was due the next day, I went for it. Because I took that chance, I was awarded a $2,000 scholarship and was recognized as Rhode Island's 2019 New Century Transfer Scholar at PTK Catalyst, our annual international convention, and the American Association of Community Colleges conference, both of which were in Orlando, Florida. And that same year, when my school offered to send me to San Diego for a PTK Honors Institute in June 2019, even though I discovered in the Orlando trips that I'm terrified of flying, very, very scared of flying, I forced myself onto that plane anyway, because I knew I would regret not making the most of that opportunity. When a former regional officer told me that I should run for office, I put myself out there and I ran. Like Kim said earlier, Phi Theta Kappa's mission is twofold: to recognize outstanding academic achievement and to foster student development through opportunities in accordance with our 4 hallmarks: leadership, scholarship, fellowship, and service. Since you are here tonight getting inducted into the society, you've already accomplished step 1. Congratulations on your remarkable academic achievement and taking the step to be here tonight. Now, are you willing to take the next step in that? Are you willing to leap at these opportunities and take advantage of everything at your disposal? As a PTK member, the sky is truly the limit for you. And if you'd like to know any more about all the incredible opportunities that I don't have time to talk about tonight with you, I want to keep this brief. please email me. I'll be putting my email address in the chat, and I'd love to hear from you. I am here to assist you in any way that I can. And I know your incredible chapter leadership team is as well. So please get in touch with them, find out from them what opportunities are available for you on in your school and within your own chapter, because you may be surprised that you'll find something that really ends up transforming your life the way me saying yes to my chapter advisor did. And I'm not saying chapter advisors are always right, but they might be. Phi Theta Kappa members have the potential to do anything they want to do and to accomplish anything and everything they set their minds to. PTK membership can take you anywhere you want to go in life. You just have to say yes. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Alicia. And I'm very, very happy that you found a family in Phi Theta Kappa, because I think that's exactly what it is for a lot of people. Okay, so now, honored guest and Phi Theta Kappa members, I am pleased to present to you these candidates for membership in our Honor Society. These students have fulfilled all requirements for membership and have been selected because they have chosen scholarship, leadership, service, and fellowship as their hallmarks. I recommend them for acceptance into the Beta Beta Omicron chapter of Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. New inductees, you are about to be inducted into a scholarly fellowship which embraces community colleges not only for your own state, but of the nation and the world. This fellowship is Phi Theta Kappa, and your chapter is Beta Beta Omicron. After induction, you will find among the members an atmosphere of scholarship to which you must give of yourself in order that the organization may be meaningful to you.
So on the screen, you can see a torch, symbolic of knowledge, which is the servant of wisdom, which dwells with prudence and leads in the way of righteousness in the midst of the paths of judgment. You can now see the white rose. Now you can. The white rose typifying purity and beauty of life, with its white buds signifying intellectual associations. We offer you this rose as a symbol of our newly formed intellectual friendships. This is the emblem of Phi Theta Kappa. It consists of a gold slab keyed at the top and bottom. The golden field, like the escutcheon of our coat of arms, refers to the golden opportunities that abound on every hand for society folk to evidence their culture and perform good works. Since gold is the most noble of metals, it shall have a further significance to our society, for it shall represent that nobility attained by those who achieve intellectual leadership. Across the slab, you will observe a black band. It represents the three ideals which band us together and the cultural self-control, which is the necessary foundation of true wisdom, aspiration, and purity. Shining through the black enamel background are the three Greek letters, which are initials of those three mystic Greek words meaning wisdom, aspiration, and purity. Behind the band is a wreath, on the one side composed of oak leaves and on the other laurel. The oak leaves stand for stability and strength of character, as symbolized by the sturdy oak. The graceful curling leaves of the laurel signify achievement and success, all attributes for membership in our society. Above the band is the representation of the head of Athena, the goddess of learning. In the base appears the mystic Greek letters meaning light, the light of knowledge and learning, the common ideal for members of Phi Theta Kappa. This badge stands as a symbol for the high idealism of our organization and membership in our select group.
So our events typically are live, but because of COVID or due to current events, we have had to do this in a virtual format. So we asked inductees, our new inductees, to send a brief bio and pictures when they RSVP'd and said they were going to attend this virtual induction. So while we're very disappointed that we can't see you all live, we still wanted to honor you all in this way. So families and friends, as we call out the names of the new inductees, if you could hold your applause until the end, we'll celebrate at the end of listing all inductees together to celebrate their success.
Good evening. My name is Liz Russell, and this is my assistant, Lucy. And as Chief Student Success Officer, it is my honor to introduce those inductees who have joined us here this evening. Together, let's join in celebrating their accomplishments. Maria Alyssa Airy. Elizabeth Bousquet. Taylor Nicole Buswell, Surgical Technology. Rachel Curtis, Medical Assisting. Ashley L. Dawson, Liberal Studies. Ashley Deshane, Surgical Technology. Jeremy Doyer, Automotive Technology. Patch Dunroe, Liberal Studies. Brittany Marie Eberhardt, Medical Assistant Technology. Teresa Fallon, Human Services. Callista Joy Forsythe, Computer Science Networking Option. Jillian Harvey, Nursing. Jennifer M. Hodgins, Human Services. Neil Johnson, Business Management Career Option. Natalie J. Kerkman, Digital Graphic Design. Connor John McDevitt, Digital Graphic Design. Armindy McFadden, Nursing. Erica Moulton Kennedy, Medical Assisting. Kristen Ellen Omler, Nursing. Teresa S. Onacha, Nursing. Cassandra Richardson, Nursing. Joy Sharrow, Medical Office Technology Coding Option. Denali Smith, Medical Assisting. Carrie Tripp, Business Management. Brenda L. Varnum, Medical Assisting. Justin R. Wilson, Criminal Justice.
There were a few inductees that were unable to attend tonight, and we wanted to celebrate them as well. Justin Bishop was Liberal Studies. Michaela Brazier is Business Management Career Option. Jillian Harvey, Nursing. Trung Ho, Digital Graphics Design. Lilybeth Myers Nesbitt, Digital Graphic Design. And Felicia Ward, Business Management. Now we're back to Alicia.
Inductees, please raise your right hand, remain muted, and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly promise on this 4th day of November to uphold the standards of Phi Theta Kappa and to keep this object and aim in mind. And I do solemnly pledge allegiance to my fellow members and promise to aid them in all worthy endeavors. Inductees, it is my pleasure to welcome you into the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society and the lively fellowship of scholars it affords. I salute you for your accomplishment. I charge you to explore always for truth and to dedicate yourselves to the cultivation of the well-reasoned life, a prelude to service and honor.
Okay, well, I'll go now. So thank you, family, friends, faculty, and staff for being here tonight and supporting these students. Celebrate the accomplishments of these amazing individuals. They have earned it. You're welcome to join us for a social time for all of those who wish to stay on the call and chat. Thank you and have a wonderful evening. This concludes tonight's induction ceremony.
Congratulations, everyone. Well done.
Woohoo, nice job.
Job. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Nancy.
Alicia.
Thanks, Terry. Thanks,
Thanks,
Liz.
Alicia. That
Thanks,
was
Hope.
awesome.
Thanks, Alicia.
You're welcome. Congratulations, everyone. And it's so awesome to be here with you tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Great to see everyone on the call tonight, too. This is
Yeah.
fantastic.
I almost think there's more people virtual than we have live.
You guys are
Wonderful.
great.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Well, good night, everyone.
Good
Good night.
night.
Thank you.
Night to Lucy.
Congratulations, inductees.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Have a great night.
You too. See you, Hope.
Bye.
Bye, Nancy.
Good night, everyone.
you still there, Nancy?
I am.
I figured out how to make everybody leave. We should probably, let me stop the recording.